Page 9, Prelude in G. Well, we have a new term at the bottom of the page, but I'll talk about that a little later in the lesson. And we'll talk about some other things first. I got to get you bored first. Now this title, Prelude in G, I want to talk about that just a bit. A prelude is a type of piece, like a nocturne or a sonata or a mazurka, whatever. They're different kinds of pieces. A prelude generally is a piece that is done to prepare for something else that's coming. And usually they will sound like a person is just improvising. They're just making the stuff up as they go. That's the idea of a prelude. So if you want to have all these notes going crazy like this, a prelude is a good place to put it. And in G just simply means the key of G major. So if you look, you see one sharp in the key signature, G major. So you can understand just by the title what kind of piece this might be and what we're getting into. Now let's look it over. It's 4 lines long of music. Treble and bass clef, one sharp in the key signature. We're in the key of G major. Make sure you're doing the G major scale, blah, blah, blah. You know, okay. 4/4 time signature, and we got eighth notes all over the place. I'm going to take it one hand at a time so we understand what each hand is doing. The right hand, you're starting here. And the F sharp is part of the position because it's in the key signature here. So it's 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and 3. It's just a G major scale. That's all. That's all. And the measure 2. 1 and 2 and rest and 2 and 3 and then during the quarter rest you come back up and do it again. Third line down, it's measure 12. At the end of the line it's 1. Just reach down. This reaching down, note to note, letter to letter, D to D, E to E, A to A, C to C, whatever it is, it's an octave. And it's an important interval in music, and we get a lot in piano. You'll get the feel for this. You'll just know what an octave feels like eventually. So this part, you just reach down and connect these notes. If you have real little hands, you might have to do, but if you can, reach, and you can collapse after you do it. And then the last line, same thing. 1 and 2 and left hand. We get that immediately in the left hand. 1 and stay like this when you do this, because you gotta, whether you collapse or not or stay spread out depends on what's coming. You see what's coming, it's the same thing. So I'm staying here throughout the whole thing. Now measure 6, you're here, and then on measure 7, we're here. So I can collapse now because I need the thumb here. And then I gotta come back up here. Then measure 9, the left hand gets this. That's an F natural. C major scale. Going on. Now it's a G major scale. Measure 13, C major again. And then measure 15. It's the notes of a G major scale. We just started on a D. You see, when you get these scale passages in music, they're liable to start and end on any note. But generally, you have that feeling of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Feeling is the same physical as whatever the scale is. You might just be playing different notes. So actually, a G major scale, I'd have thumb on D anyway. Here. Just starting and ending on a D. Put the hands together and see what mess this is. It's starting here. One. There. As I play that, the right hand comes up. And as I play the left hand comes up. So again, the second measure. 1. Rest. the idea. You put the hands together slowly and carefully, and then get rid of the hesitations. And then we'll think about the articulation. And this is connected. The rest give you you have to lift up between the rest. That's fine. So just connect everything and lift up for the rest. Then the dynamics is next, right? M, F, mezzo forte, whatever you think moderately loud is. I'm going to do both hands here. And then on the third line down, mezzo piano in P, sort of soft. I'll go back up to moderately loud. Then the last line, moderately soft. Now you're loud. Yeah, both hands, loud, whatever you think. Don't get super loud. It's just loud. It's a little louder than mezzo forte, a little louder than sort of loud. I need more coffee for this. Then the speed, allegretto. Allegretto's between moderato and allegro. I call allegretto the fun speed. When I see a piece in allegretto, I think, all right, I'm going to have some fun with this. It should be a fun piece. It's got to be accurate. So how fast can you do the eighth notes accurately? Don't go faster than that. So if this is your allegretto, fine. It really should go faster than that, but I need it to be accurate. Somewhere in there, that's my allegretto. And then I look at what I call the roadmap. I don't know what other people call it, but I call it the roadmap. It's where do I go when? At the bottom of the page here, you have a DC all fine. It's fine, not fine. It's Italian. DC means go back to the beginning. Just go. You can take it to the bank. Every time you see a DC, go to the beginning. Here at the beginning, it's like a repeat sign, sort of. Except if there were other repeat signs in here, you'd ignore all that junk. Just go to the beginning. All fine means go to fine. If you look around, you'll see fine is at the end of the second line. There's also a thin and thick bar line. Remember, that's the symbol for the end of a piece. So what we end up doing is we play all 4 lines, and then we go back up and play the first 2 lines again. So it's really 6 lines long. Now you have a ritardando at the end of the second line, but that says second time. That's after you do the DC. You retard, not the first time. And then there's a ritardando at the end. And how much you slow down, that's up to you. That's up to you. That's interpretation. Remember the natural accents? 1, 2, we want to feel these. I'm exaggerating them so you can hear them better, but we want to feel these in that. You can also start putting in another natural accent on beat 3. What it said 4/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. But the first beat of the major is the stronger one, and the other one is a little less, but you still feel it. And it's really important when you get these runs. Here. Very important when you get these runs to do it with the natural accents. You want to feel this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Let the wrist collapse a little bit on this, just very little. You want to feel these. It will help keep your runs even and smooth. copy me, please. You get into it. You don't have to go that fast. You take it at your speed. Try and feel this music as you can. Let's play it together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the louds and softs. I'm just going to do the notes and rhythms, and I can't slow down because the metronome won't slow down. Now, because this has eighth notes all over the place, I'm going to put the metronome on eighth notes, so it's beating eighth notes. Just help slow it down. And see, when you're using a metronome, when you get to the extremes, the real slow or the real fast, it's hard to follow a metronome. So you adjust what the metronome is beating. So instead of quarter notes, I'm going to put it on eighth notes so it's easier to follow is all. But I'll still give us 4 quarter note counts to come in. 1 and 2 and 3 and so forth. 1 and 2 and 3 and go and. Rest and. Rest and. Rest and. And rest and. And rest and. To the top. And rest and. Rest and.